Good morning, beautiful. I do hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is a daily tarot and oracle, daily insight on life and love, but also the 29th out of 30 videos that I have recorded. So if you're coming across this and it's on your For You page or it's on your home page, what have you, chances are this might be a message that is very relevant to you. It's always general, it's always collective. Your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. So if this does not resonate, I don't know, enjoy the show, grab your breakfast, hang out with me. But if you have questions about booking a session, reach out in the DMs. See what I offer, see what, see about any sales going on. Let's do this. Ooh, okay. The grass is not greener on the other side. It's green where you are right now. And I think that that is what you are going to be taking care of. All right, so what does that even mean? What is that in regard to? Canceled plans? What have you canceled? Why did you cancel it? Why? Why is this a thing? Man, this is a lot of air energy. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, also time frames. I see that what was coming in hot and heavy is now starting to pace itself, and it's grown and it's matured and it's gotten in its masculine power. It is very self-assured. I think that this may not have to do with anybody else. I think that this has to do with you. This has to deal with you and not chasing anything, not running away from anything. It's about you and being completely self-motivated and driven where you are. I do see that this is going to involve you. I don't even want to say staying put. I don't feel like this is staying put. Yeah, you're cleaning out house and it's afraid of being left alone in this. Okay. Huge time to release. You're releasing whatever's not serving you rather than running away from it, because I think that you're realizing that this was probably something that was incredibly chained to you. It was almost like a spiritual chain gang, if you ask me. So what I'm seeing here, I think it's you learning from what you perceive to be your errors. I think that you are stepping up. I think that you are actually looking about what it is that you had been running from. I think that you're looking at this problem at a different angle. The vision I'm getting in my head with this and how it's connected to you is you didn't even realize that this was tied to the back of your shoe, and this just felt like something that was chasing you off and that you couldn't outrun. Now, if you cut these strings off of your shoe, you're going to be able to let go whatever you thought was chasing you. Now it's just simply attached to you. I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, man. Thank you. So stupid. Yeah, some of you might be getting pregnant, but more it's about, it's giving birth to something new. A new chapter of your life. It's a new blessing that you're going to remain focused on. I feel like this is very creative, divine spark energy. And I also see that this is something that you really need to take the time to learn. I have a feeling that you feel very naive in here. You're not. It's just, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot that you need to learn in this. And I think that that's actually very humbling. So let's see. Just take this one step at a time. I really want you to break this down into manageable steps, because this How can you improve your life to your standards? How can you create your personal utopia? And it is like that too. I do see that this is something that you're really going into. But I think that you really need to, look at what it is that you are actually putting your energy into. What about you sets you apart that makes you so different? For some people, I've met some really amazing characters. I've worked with thousands of people and I love it so much. There are some incredibly eccentric, unique people out there, and I think that you actually might be one of them. What sets you apart? What makes you so unique? I really want you to let your freak flag fly in this. Okay. This is telling you to watch out for trying to go back to an old situation, one that didn't leave you feeling rejected, but still was nonetheless an unhappy one that was incredibly ungrounded, one that seemed to be never ending. Some of you have on again, off again relationships in your life, or you keep repeating patterns with similar people, just different names and different faces. This is saying, don't go back just because it's familiar. Familiar does not equate to right or positive. It's just your known poison. You weren't happy. You didn't feel protected. You didn't feel nurtured. You didn't feel cared for. You didn't feel grounded. It didn't feel like there was any escape from it. And now here you are. You've escaped from the situation. And now you find yourself longing for it because it was a form of stability in your life. No, you cannot be that mindless drone going into that. That is an active choice that you have to make, but Spirit is greatly warning you against going back into the same stupid situation that you fought so hard to get out of. There's nothing to be gained or learned there at all. Not even a little bit. It is a known toxin. So how can you avoid this moving forward? How can you invest yourself into something that is not going to fall back into old patterns? That is something I really want you to focus on. How can you avoid the same pitfalls? And I feel like these are emotional stunts inside of you. So this might be something that seems to be what a younger version of yourself would have liked at the time. And that this was like what you would consider to be a golden phase of your life. I feel like that's an emotional place that you are stuck, and that now it's time to break through that barrier. So let's see, what's the advice on how to break through that? I don't want this one. Where are we going? Okay, healing with Archangel Raphael. How can we avoid these pitfalls? Don't let yourself get stuck in a rut. Don't let yourself close off from everything. Stay connected. It's not about you not finding your peace. It's about you isolating yourself. You need to get out of your rut. You need to get out of the house. If you know, however safely you can do that, you got to go get outside. As long as weather permits, do it. As long as it's safe, do it. All right, use your natural healing abilities. Second opinion. I feel like this is going to require somebody that you look up to, whether it's a lifelong friend, family member, or even a loved one who has crossed over. You're looking for insight on the situation from an outside source, because I feel like you don't know how to exactly trust your own judgment. I feel like you're too emotionally invested into either running back to the situation or too afraid to move forward in your own light. So I would ask Spirit or somebody that you trust in life like, the only people I can equate it to are like my soul family. Like, you know, I want to name my people, but I don't want to name my people. So just, you know, if you're catching this and you know that you're a part of my soul tribe, just know that that's who I would reach out to, part of your soul tribe who has nothing but the best interest for you. Okay. You need to check your motivation. Okay. Yes, this is definitely talking about your emotional stunts. Not stunts as far as action goes, but emotional stunting of like growth and stuff like that. So, what is your motivation? What did you need at those times? I think that this might be something that is like emotional and opportunity hoarding. Does that make sense? You want to let this playful aspect of yourself come out from those time periods in life rather than be somebody who is directing the action. So it's more like you reflecting back at that younger version of yourself and interacting with it rather than letting that younger person make all the decisions where it was working from a wounded place. So that younger version of yourself in regard to connections, this is somebody who it feels like they wanted some sort of dramatic life at the party because this is something that they're being starved of. It might feel like a feeling of emotional neglect from somebody in your life. And this person was the other end of the spectrum in this, and what you were going for was very suffocating. So, it's important that you look at yourself and be honest if as a response to neglect or suffocation, and be supportive with yourself in either way of what your actual needs are rather than what your impulsive needs are. You're incredibly loved, and life wants to give you these positive directions. It's recognizing what is the old paradigm and mindset, and what were the old needs that we're trying to direct the way and get those needs met, rather than you seeing it from this perspective and knowing what that genuine version of yourself needed and being that caregiver for it at that time. You really have to change the power dynamic and relationship with yourself from having the old person or the younger version of yourself lead the way through fear of lack, and you from a point of wisdom understanding that it's no longer in survival mode and actually take over as the lead and foster that younger version of yourself to be their best and be in the present. God, that sounds confusing at the moment, but you get what I'm saying, right? If not, message me, because it's a matter of who's being the leader. What point of view of you, not of you, V-I-E-W, of O-F-Y-O-U, what point of you are being the leader? So, all right, you're a light worker, shine your light. This is what you have to look forward to. You're digging yourself out of the trenches with this. So, I really feel like a lot of things are going to be clicking into place mentally for you. I don't feel like you're lacking anything mentally. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying epiphanies and realizations are mentally clicking into place from what was the old paradigm and mindset based off a point of lack to the point of you and being self-assured and wise and reprogramming yourself from the past now. So you're a teacher, and I do feel like you are very much teaching yourself in the various versions of you. And I do feel like this is going to change how you view the world, because it always seems to be something that has had like its claws on you, and you're not at that point in your life. I do feel like your power has been taken back, and now it's acknowledging what seems like shackles is now a string that you can simply cut. But you have to realize and understand where your scissors are and what your strength is. This isn't going to be something that is cutting into you and that you have to lose something in order to maintain. This is all transference of information. So this is a huge spiritual growing period for you. I feel like it's going to be very positive. And on the other side of this, what is going to be healed, we're looking at this right now. Oh, man. You're not going to be delusioned by anything. You're seeing the world incredibly fruitful and sober. And I think that you're trusting your gut and your intuition rather than doubting yourself as a point of keeping yourself on guard and hyper vigilant. And let's see. This is so crazy awesome. Sobriety and detox. Yeah. So the miracle that you can expect. What is the miracle that you can expect? I really feel like it's a point of you being free. I feel like it's a huge point of rose-colored glasses being taken off, all delusions being taken away. I think that it's a point of you seeing yourself clearly for the first time in a long time, without seeing yourself as wounded, without seeing yourself as an animal who has its foot in a trap, who's just dying to get out, who's willing to lose a limb to get out. I see that this is recognizing all of the miracles that have taken place in order to get you to this point of realization. What is going to be the result of this? What is this leading you to? If you follow all of this and if you embrace this about yourself, what does this look like? Triumph is the first card. We have Mother, Triumph. I love that. Yes, some of you will be working through your mommy issues. And again, that doesn't always have to go towards a mom. Not everybody has a mom, and that's fine. This is who the caregiving, nurturer, a figure in your life was. So for some of you, it will be the healing of that connection. For some of you, this is unconditional love and overcoming and perseverance on your part. You are basically unstoppable, and that is so cool. So then we have animals, generosity, healing. I really feel like what this is really leading you towards is seeing the symphony of life play out and all of its magic and all of its miracles, how you watch your life unfold in front of you, how everything leads into another thing, and how certain events in the past happened to get you to this point. If nothing had happened the way that it did, there's no way on this planet that you would ever be this person. And it took everything, it even took the point of your conception to get you to be this person with this mindset, with these abilities, with these alter abilities. Now I say alter abilities. I don't want to say disabilities. I don't want to say differently abled. I want to say alter abled. Yeah. So that's where I'm going with that. You have alternative abilities that nobody else has. And that is something that you can kind of carry as your torch. Spirit is giving you a ton of signs and synchronicities around you about what you need in order to heal or remedy the situation and whatever trigger points are coming up. You are an absolute powerhouse. You have your power animals as a support. I feel like there's a lot of good luck charms around you, a lot of very positive omens that you need to take note of. For instance, one of my friends, and I've actually seen this too. So there's me and then there's her. We had both been seeing like a ton of rabbits. Those are absolutely about fertility and rebirth. Not fertility always in the sense of having a baby, but fertility as far as, you know, laying new seed and stuff like that. So that is something that Spirit is telling you. Pay attention to the animal signs and see, I guess, the storyline in those. And the likely outcome of this is, first off, an even deeper connection with Source and Spirit and overcoming and this unconditional love, all of that. But we also have Absolutely no shame of the past. Ready to overcome it, over the karmic situation, ready to face the Two of Cups energy. Getting rid of all of the stressors in this situation. And I see a lot of union coming into play. So this is absolutely beautiful. It's coming in very fast, and it's coming in almost to the point of completely blindsiding you. And I do feel like there's a very playful aspect of you that is coming back. This is a beautiful energy. There's so much for you to celebrate. You basically, you just crossed the finish line. Now you have a celebration. Now you have your heart back. Now you have your life back. Now you have your sense of self, all of that back, and where you're going with it. It's going to be so incredibly pure based off of your healing and how much you honor yourself. So congrats. Okay, if you're coming across this, what energy is coming towards you? Made 30 of these. So this is 16 of 30. This is on your For You page. Stick around and listen. This might be very relevant. You don't need any more information. No more information is going to change the situation with this. Take whatever knowledge you have about this, whatever's been laid before you in this, and make your choice. You don't need to overanalyze it. You don't need to wait for something else to come to the surface. You have enough in front of you to make an executive decision on what you are going to do about this. It's not going to change. There's nothing that is going to be enlightened to you. It's a point of, I guess, fear of making that decision now. So if you're looking for a sign, this is it. I do hope that this finds you well. Hello. If you're coming across this, you might need to really see this message. This is 17 of 30. And if this is on your For You page, the algorithm decided that you need to hear this. So it might be really relevant to your life. If it isn't, of course, you can always let it fall away. But let's see what's up. Wow, new cycle. Huge opportunity coming your way. Something that is not going to pass you by. I do see that this is going to take a long time to build. It's going to take patience. It is going to take you making some very wise decisions. So don't overlook anything that you have learned. Don't let anything pass you by. Remember where your loyalty is. I really feel like this is something that has been recently reaffirmed through whatever has been either one-sided or something that you've had to let go. So what is coming in for you to grow right now? I want to draw one more card. All right. You're really embracing this emotional control. I really see this as you being very firm, strong, making yourself heard, making yourself not run from anything, being empowered where you are, making the grass where you are the green that it should be, rather than, the grass that is green on the other side. No. You're taking care of what's yours, what is your own. You're not going to let anything rock you. I do see that this is a point of you standing very firm in your convictions, these new awakened conditions of convictions and conditions. And I also see that there's nobody who's going to be able to get under your skin and manipulate the situation again. There's balance being restored. There's you taking control over everything and taking the time and effort to really make this as solid as you've always wanted it to be. I see that this assertiveness that's coming through with you, it's having your ships come in. You are really creating a new pathway just by you and, I guess, standing firm. I think that you're an incredibly giving person, and enough disappointment in the past has gotten you to the point of still having that compassion, but seeing through to people's true colors and not letting that be swayed, not letting yourself be talked out of it, and doing really what's best for you. Congrats. So if you're coming across this, Wisdom of the Oracle is in order. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. There's 30 of these videos. This is 18 out of 30. Yeah, 18 out of 30. So if it's on your For You page, there might be something really important that you need to hear. Stop digging. Stop digging. Stop digging for whatever it is that you're looking for in this situation. Whether it's trying to redeem somebody, trying to redeem the truth, trying to redeem, I don't know, some sort of light on a situation. No. Call it out. Sometimes you got to call it out for what it is. This, being completely clear and honest about it, about either the situation that is completely toxic or the person that's toxic, this is going to open up a huge chain of events, and that is not bad. It's going to open up a new opportunity, something that you can really, I feel like you're about to go through this window of opportunities. The mask has been ripped off of some sort of situation in your life, and you had felt this coming for a while. Yep. The unfinished symphony. It's not going to end the way that you think it will. It's just not. This, it doesn't need to be as dramatic. Whatever's feeding on the drama in this is what you need to let go of. You're not going to get closure. It's not going to let you get closure. So you have to be the person who says enough is enough and start to sing your own tune elsewhere. You sincerely need freedom in this one. And I feel like this is an obligation in your life that has kept you stuck. You are having a rebirth. It's time to let something go. If you're coming across this, I've made 30 of these. This is 19 of 30. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. If this is on your For You page, chances are you do need to hear it, so stick around. We're going to see what archetype you're working with or the shadow work that's coming into play. We're going to get one card because I'm not reading 20. It's not doing it. All right. We got two, I'll take it, but they're both in shadow, so hang on. The inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Assume the one that rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. Who has forced you to depend on them in this situation? There is somebody who very backhandedly made this a situation where they would always be necessary and needed. Somebody really worked very hard to make themselves needed and indisposable in your life. That is a huge smack in the face. I do see that this is an overdependence. And if you really sit back and look at it, you'll see how needless this is. This is a huge mental mind game in this situation. It's an illusion. Whoever has made you feel like this, it comes from definitely a place of insecurity. They may not have been malicious in this, but see who's maybe taking advantage of the situation in your life, taking advantage of your giving nature, or maybe thinking that you're naive in some way, shape, or form. I'm not calling you naive, but I'm saying that somebody in your life has probably been taking advantage of the situation and probably keeping you dependent on them for whatever reason. So when you do that, when you see who this could possibly be, or where you have maybe allowed the situation to be enabled or continue, pull the plug on it. This is something that doesn't necessarily want to be moved on from or forgotten, and your life is trying to get you to move on. Maybe not forget about this, but to move on. You cannot stay stuck. See where this is coming from and learn to let it go. This is a shadow, so it's going to take a lot of support with this, because I do feel like this is something that is probably gut-wrenching for you. But you do have support. And what's on the other side of this is going to be very lighthearted and elevated, so congrats. Hey, take two. If you're coming across this, I've made 30 videos. 30. This is 20 out of 30. I know. So if this is on your For You page, stick around. This actually might be really relevant to your life. I have 4 cards from 2 different decks. So courage, dietary changes, changing your mind, studying and learning. Pretty interesting that you thought that you were going to be happy or okay with something for the rest of your life. You're going to unplug, detach yourself, or you are going to be able to stick through this with loyalty, and this would change. Something wasn't changing, was it? This was not changing at all. Now you can't stomach it, because this has become the foundation on which you stood on, and you continuously growing. You're falling off whatever miniature little planet this is, of something that has been imploding on itself for God knows how long. So Spirit is saying, listen, you have all the knowledge in front of you about this. You know it's not going to change. Are you going to stomach this? No. We're not going to let you stomach this. This is divine intervention. We're going to force you to face your fear on this one. Either it's the fear of being alone, the fear of change, or the fear of not having that unstable foundation to stand on, because you've learned how to rocket through every single earthquake on it. Now, changing your mind. You're ready. You're ready to pull out of a situation that is no longer good for you. You're ready to be in this position. You're ready to say goodbye. You're ready to say goodbye to the situation, the past of it, and something that you had probably chained yourself to. This is an era that has to come to an end. And what comes after it, we're about to find out. Adult children, huh? Adult children. I really feel like you're going to be like a kid in a park, going crazy over everything. There's a lot more vitality in this. Your youth is coming back to you. Your vitality is it's going to be ever present. It's going to be kind of a wacky but fun ride. It's a lot for you to learn about yourself without this hanging on to you anymore.